Hey, what up? I am here to talk to you about this next unit, Men We Read. Here is the objectives calendar, and I just kind of wanted to talk through it with you so you can be really clear about what's expected of you for this unit. That's what I'm working on for this unit, is more clarity in what is expected of you. So if you take a look at the objectives calendar, we've got some essential questions here that are going to guide our learning. How does creating a new narrative empower Ward and others in Men We Reaped? Is our first question. How is Ward's narrative a quest for freedom and understanding after trauma? You can start to hear some echoes from the Frederick Douglass unit here, right? There are similarities in the themes we're tracing and the essential questions we're asking, but of course they are different. How does the culture of Dalil rely on the collective over the individual? How does Ward choose, create, and communicate the identities of the 5 men referenced in the title? And then what line of inquiry will I investigate for the higher level essay? So once again, you'll be asked to write a higher level essay for this unit. It'll be a first draft summative assessment essay. In other words, I'll only grade it on criterion A and criterion B. So I'm just looking at how well you understand the book and how well you are able to analyze authorial choices. There are 2 summative assessments, though, for this unit. The first is 50 points, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that it's going to be given on Friday, Friday, December 3rd. And this is in just a couple of weeks, and so you want to make sure that you're staying on pace so that you're ready for this first summative assessment. This is not a target deadline for this summative assessment. This is the actual date when you will take the exam. All right, the second summative assessment is that higher level essay, which will function much like the first essay for Frederick Douglass. All right, let's take a look at the different lessons. The first lesson is contextualizing the book, and the objective here is students will be able to situate the memoir in space and time. And so I want you to read this short article or listen to the short interview. It's 7 minutes long, and do some Cornell notes. And then there is a second video which describes the memoir genre and gives you a little bit more context about Jesmyn Ward, and you'll take some notes on that. And then we've got a should do, Black with a capital B article with a T-chart and an option to chit chat chatterbox. And then you've got that first mastery check, 2.1. The target deadline is Friday, 11/19. You just want to make sure that you complete it, though, before our first discussion in order to participate in discussion, okay? So it should be an easy one to do. I think you can get it done right away in one period, but I know we've got some crazy stuff going on right now with the football team going to state and all that. Yeah, go Hawks! So 2.2 is the first time we actually get into the book. This is the reading. And you can see here I've got the pages that you have to read, the names of the chapters you have to read, and the target deadline, the target date. The target date means this is the day we're going to discuss this chunk, okay? So come to class with that read so that you're ready to discuss and you can get your voice in the discussion. My goal this unit is get everybody into discussion. I think that's key. The more voices, the better. I want to hear from everybody. And so the lesson objective for this second lesson is students will be able to read and analyze pages 1 to 41. Prologue, we are in Wolftown, and Roger Eric Daniels III. So you're watching this first video right now. There's another video about authorial choices. Now that you know how important those authorial choices are, you understand why that part of the packet is a must-do. So starting right away from the beginning this time, find an authorial choice that jives with you, something that you think is interesting, something that stands out to you, and trace it. There are some reading questions which are should-dos. Those will often help you with the mastery check. And then there's a line of brainstorming, aspire to do. That is going to help you with your topic for your essay. So it's a great thing to do right off the bat. And then a spot for you to take some notes on discussion on Tuesday, the 23rd. And then we've got mastery check. I'll do my best to give you time to do that mastery check right away on Tuesday, the 23rd. Help me end discussion so that you have 15 minutes to do the mastery check. 2.3 is the same deal, you guys. It's the same deal, just no videos. You're just going to keep reading, this time pages 42 to 80. So you can see the deadlines are all about 40 pages long. And I've given you the titles of the chapters, so it's really clear what you have to read. Let me back up to 2.2 for one sec. Prologue is part of the reading. So it's not like the introduction for Frederick Douglass. Prologue is actually a chapter that Ward wrote that is part of her book that you do need to read. Okay, moving on to 2.4, we do the same thing. So discussion for 2.3 is going to be on 11/29. Discussion for 2.4, which is pages 81 to 128, it's going to be on Wednesday, December 1st. And then we have that summative assessment right away after the third reading deadline. And think of the summative assessment as just kind of a big quiz. I'm going to give you 20 multiple choice questions, 3 to 5 short answer responses. We're going to do it on paper, and we're going to do it on this day. If you're not here on this day, you'll get an alternative assessment that you'll have to complete the next time you're in class. And the revisions will only allow you, I will let you, I guess, what do we call them when they're tests? A redo. I will allow you to redo it, but you can only increase your score by 10%. Okay, then we're moving on to the rest of the book. We've got 129 to 180, discussion on Tuesday 12/7, 181 to 251, discussion on 12/9. And then we've got some planning the essay, lesson 2.7, much like you did for Frederick Douglass. And then you're going to write that first draft essay. The hard deadline for this unit is December 17th. That's the day before winter break. Okay, that gives me time to give you feedback on this essay, and it gives so that you can use all 3 weeks when we return from winter break to work on revising your essay, because you're going to pick between your Frederick Douglass first draft HL essay and your Men We Reaped first draft HL essay, and write about and expand one or the other, and then that's going to become your first semester final exam and your higher level essay that we send off to IB. All right, so that is Unit 2 in a nutshell, and how to use the objectives calendar to help you as you read the book. Thanks so much for your time, and enjoy this first reading as you get started.